For more on how Ghanaians are preparing for the high-stakes election, we're joined by our very own Paul Ndiho, live via Skype from the streets of Accra. Paul, you are in one of the most stable African countries right now, but so far, what are your observations about this election?
I think stable is the key word. Everybody that you talk to here, they are kind of peaceful. They talk about how this election is going to be like no other. It's going to be very peaceful. You drive on the streets, you talk to people. There is no signs of violence. For example, yesterday we managed to attend some of the rallies. There was no security checks. So that tells you how confident the system is, how confident the people in Ghana are about this election coming up tomorrow.
We've seen in so many African countries the youth demanding changes. What are the youths of Ghana asking for in this election?
That's a terrific question. The youth, it's all about jobs. And of course, the economy has, in a way, tanked. It hasn't done very well for the young people. You have a lot of young graduates who are roaming the streets, who are trying everything humanly possible to put food on the table for their children. But it comes down to education. The current government has given young people a new lease on life, meaning that they've given them free primary education and free secondary school education. That's huge when you think about a country of about 18 million people, and half of that are young people. So this is an incredibly important decision that was made by the government to provide free education. So those are some of the things that are running around in the heads and minds of young people.
Paul, you know, for years, men have dominated the presidency in the continent of Africa and even elsewhere. Where are women in this election in Ghana? Do we have any top competitors? What's happening there?
Yes, there are some women on the top of the ticket. For example, NDC, one of the major political parties, the one that is going to be headed by former President John Mahama, has a vice presidential candidate on the ticket as a female vice president. So I've talked to some women who are also vying for office. They talk about how if, let's say, NDC wins, this would be a huge deal for women across the country, not just in Ghana, but across the region. So women are anxiously waiting to see the results of this election. But on the other hand, as well, we have the current vice president who is running for president. He's a Muslim. When you talk to Muslims here, they say this could change the way people look at Islam in Ghana. For example, around Ghana, most of the countries there are Muslims. So they have a huge concentration of Muslims. So having an elected Muslim president in Ghana would be a great thing for this region.
Paul, great reporting as always. VOA's Paul Ndiho in Ghana to cover the presidential elections.